Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your love reading for September 2021. So, this is a reading to say the least. I thought the general reading for Virgo was interesting for the month, but the love one's even more. I know the first card in this reading is the Three of Swords. Now, I had drawn three cards and an overall message like I did for the general one. So it will be in order from beginning of the month to the end of the month. But I actually drew a clarification card on each of them, so there's actually 7 cards out here. So we do start out with the Three of Swords, which for a lot of you, it could mean that there is a love triangle of sorts, whether you're already with somebody and you're interested in someone else, or maybe you're interested in someone else that's in a relationship. And of course, this is a reading for, the general Virgo, so it may not resonate, exactly the same for everyone. But some of you, it could be talking about like a deep confliction, you know. Um, and I think a lot of you will have this like deciding. Deciding is the word that keeps coming to my mind. And there's a card later on in the reading that talks about that a little bit more. The clarification card for the Three of Swords here is an interesting one because the clarification card's talking about how you're having a hard time letting go of something. Um, so you're having a hard time, acknowledging that, you know, you need to let go of something, or maybe for some of you, something has reached its end. Whether that's, like I said, if you're already in a relationship, maybe, you need to realize that maybe it's not working out, or maybe if you're interested in someone else who's in a relationship, that could be the case for them. It could be the case of maybe you need to let that go. Um, let me see. And then the middle card we have for you here in the middle of the month is also interesting because my initial thought on the middle card was not that positive. Um, it's talking about being pretty careless and reckless. So, and with the clarification card on it, I do think that a lot of you have some kind of um, interest in someone, and a lot of you aren't being the smartest about how you go about it, or you just, like I said, are kind of being careless and reckless about it. And I do see there being this like this feeling of like abundance about it, whether there is or not. That's like what I think that you're going to feel about it. Um, but there is a flip side here because we do have the Three of Swords, so there is like the half and half here. I feel like with some of these other cards too, it's just like on the one hand you have this really good feeling and this like feeling of abundance, but then this other side, like you have some negatives here, and like I see it being kind of conflicting. This last card here of the month is definitely talking about this confliction, and I do feel like some of you have been not seeing the full picture. This is like something I'm like getting is like it's there. You're not seeing it. But I think that you're going to. Um, and I think that once you kind of like clear up the fog here, like we do have the Magician clarifying this last card. So I do think that, interestingly, I wouldn't think that with some of these other cards this would be the case, but it sounds like you will have control at least some. Um, it's kind of up to you how things play out at this point. And, that's up to you to decide. There will be Virgos out there to decide one way and some will decide the other way. But it will be in your hands. Um, interesting. I think that with some of you too, towards the end of the month, this thing that you'll find out could be a secret of some kind. a secret of some kind could be clearing up. That could be the clarification that you're getting. For some of you, you may just be opening your eyes and realizing that, something isn't working. But for a lot of you, there may be a secret coming out. The overall message I have for you for the month is talking about some savings of some kind. Of course, this is a love reading, so it could be talking about like a build-up. But I do see there being a scarcity as well at the same time. It's very interesting because I do see this like build-up, but then also at the same time, it's like almost like imagine someone that's saving all their money and not spending it, but they're saving so much money that they're not spending it, and they're like like they're like starving themselves because of it or something. Like that's the analogy that I can get here. Like that's the kind of vibe that I get from the kind of saving that's happening with this card. So I do think that it's important to try to be balanced with this. Very interesting. I say it's so interesting because I'm a Virgo, so as I read some of these things, it's like, how does this resonate with me, I mean, honestly, you do have some, like, endings, beginnings, and stuff like that, and we did get that in your general reading, too. But honestly, with this one, with you having this decision, I mean, like, that's, like, really powerful. And, I mean, it could go either way, I guess, but, like, the fact that you have some power in this is pretty good. And I am happy about that for you. And it does look that at least, like, part of the month, you'll feel really good about some things. I don't know when we get to the end here and some things come out, but or when you like take off the blindfold, but I hope you have a good month, Virgo. It doesn't look like it will be the worst in the world, which is interesting to say with some of these cards we have here, but I have hope for you. So I hope you have a good month, Virgo, and I will see you hopefully for October.